Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at another recall. And this time it's actually 3 recalls issued by Toyota and Lexus on the same day. This impacts 330,000 plus vehicles in US and Canada across 9 different models and across 2 different brands. And actually, they are 3 different issues. So 3 different recalls are being issued by Lexus and Toyota. So I will go through each recall to see how this impacts their owners. Some will draw to a conclusion that Toyota and Lexus quality is dropping and that we're seeing more and more recalls. But I think sometimes recalls are a good thing. It means that the manufacturers are actually spending their time making sure that we have safe cars. But definitely it's not something good that we have to bring our cars in for some programming or some repairs. So I wouldn't draw to this as a quality issue. This is first is we need to get more information and know the facts before we say that it is a quality issue. And this all seems to be cars that are impacted during the production, during the pandemic time. And I think we need to know more before we draw to that conclusion. So now let's get to the first recall and see what it impacts. And the first one is actually the one that has the most recalls. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so the first one is Toyota recalling certain 2022 to 2024 Toyota Tundra, Sequoia, and Lexus LX 600 models. Rarely LX gets recalled, but this is probably one of the first. So this was launched in the 21st, and Toyota is conducting a safety recall including these vehicles, and they're saying about 280,000 vehicles are recalled. So definitely a lot of them are the Tundras and the Sequoias, because the LX sells not as many. So those aren't the ones that are recalled the most. Definitely we're seeing Tundras and Sequoias. And Tundras have a lot of recalls already. So not a very good start for this Tundra, right? So what they're saying is certain parts of the transmission may not immediately disengage when you shift to neutral position. So some people have the habit of when they're in drive, they go into neutral and expect that the engine power will not push forward the car so that you will slow down while you're in neutral. So this is saying that when this happens, some engine power will continue to be transferred to the wheels and can allow the vehicle to creep forward at low speeds when it's on a flat surface and no brakes are applied, leading to an increased risk of a crash. So I think this is where people if they have the habit of going to neutral, then I think this is where this is critical for you to go and bring your car back to get this repaired. And definitely I would say everybody should. So the good thing is Toyota and Lexus dealers are just updating software, so they're not changing out your transmission. So there's nothing mechanically incorrect. So I think what's happened is there's probably something wrong in the software where it goes to neutral and it takes a little bit more time than it should to actually stop getting the energy from the wheels and for it to actually disengage. Good thing is it's just a software update. So meaning they have to plug it into the ODB port, have the software updated, and you're good to go. So owners will get involved, owners of these vehicles will get notified late April to get your cars in for a software update. All right, so that's all they have here. Not a lot of information. about this recall, but the impact is high, 280,000 vehicles. So if we go to Canada and try to see what Canada numbers are. So in Canada, we're looking at 28,061 vehicles, a lot less than US, but the description is exactly the same. So we quickly go to Wikipedia and try to look at, okay, what is the 10-speed direct shift transmission that's being used? So it's the Aisin AWR 10L65. Okay, you can see that the LS350, the LS500, the LX, the Land Cruiser, Tundra uses it, and I'm assuming that Sequoia is not updated on this Wikipedia yet. So at first you would think that, okay, is this just a non-hybrid? But again, I think the Tundra also uses the same 10-speed Aisin sourced automatic transmission. So definitely this is the same transmission. I'm assuming the LS was not part of this recall. So meaning either the programming of it is different or it just hasn't been recalled yet. The Land Cruiser J300 also not part of the recall. I'm assuming that they have different software for different of these transmissions. So hopefully we don't see another recall for this, for the LS or the Land Cruiser, and this is what it is. All right, so Tundra, LX, and the Sequoia. All right, so now we move over to the second recall. Toyota recalls certain 2023 Toyota Mirais and certain 2023 to 2024 Lexus LS, LC, and ES. All right, so let's see what it says here. The Toyota conducting a safety recall, so involving certain Toyota and Lexus vehicle in Japan, North America, and Asia. So these numbers we're seeing here is just US. And even with Canada, we see North America. But I still haven't found Japan and Asia numbers yet. But it does say that around 19,000 vehicles are recalled for these four models. So again, another thing is related to is software programming issues. So due to a software programming issue, the rearview mirror may not display within the period of time required by certain US safety regulations after the driver shifts the vehicle into reverse, increasing the risk of a crash while backing the vehicle. Okay, so some people would say, yes, the system's not fast enough, but some people would say it really doesn't matter. But again, safety regulations, they have to make sure they comply with that. So meaning when they go into reverse, that screen needs to instantly show up or something has to happen. So for all the involved vehicles, Toyota and Lexus dealer will update the software for the panoramic view monitoring system at no cost to the customer. Owners of the involved vehicles will be notified late April as well. All right, so this is really related to when you go to reverse. If you have the panoramic view monitor, which means it uses all the cameras around the car to show you a 360 view of your car, it's a bit slow and it needs to be updated. So if we go back to here and look at Canada, it's 536 vehicles. Again, a much smaller market, but involves the same. But one thing I would note here, it doesn't say what year here. It doesn't say like what year models. It only says certain LS, LC, and ES in Canada. It doesn't even have Mirai because I'm assuming we don't sell that many Mirais in Canada. Maybe that's what it is. But overall, if we look at the US one, it does say 2023 to 2024 LS, LC, ES, and 2023 Mirais. But then when we look into the Canada one, it doesn't say what model year. So if it does impact you, expect a letter coming April 2024 or also on the Lexus app. All right, so now we move over to the third recall. This one involves a lot less cars. So Toyota recalls 2023 to 2024 Camry and Camry hybrids. So they sell a lot of Camrys. So it means, one thing I would say is, it means that they caught this early and rectified the issue during the assembly. So they're saying that the Toyota is recalling Toyota Camry and Camry hybrids to approximately 4,000 in US. So they sell over a few 100,000. So 4,000 is nothing. And it says 2023 to 2024. So which means this is probably when they shift from 2023 to 2024 model year, there was a portion of time where 4,000 vehicles, there was something wrong. So what it says, the two head restraints on the 60% portion of the rear fold-down seats in the involved vehicles may have poor welds on a bracket that can cause the vehicle to not comply with safety standards. This can affect head restraint performance and increase the risk of injury during certain collisions. And so for all applicable vehicles, Toyota dealers will replace the 60% rear back seat, frame assembly, subassembly at no cost. So this one I would say, okay, this is not a software related issue. This is related to poor weld, so I think this is a quality issue, but this involves only 4,000 vehicles. I would say this is a big no-no, because if they're actually welding things together with these robots and stuff, they shouldn't have this problem. But they probably did have a problem during the assembly line causing these 4,000 vehicles to have issues. So good thing is they found them, and now they're replacing that 60-40 split. So the 60 side where with the two head strains are going to get replaced. All right, so let's move over to Canada and see how many, because it's 4,000 here. It's going to be very little in Canada. So let's go to Canada and let's see what it says here. So in Canada, it says 2023 to 2024 model year, same thing. It says about 68 vehicles are being recalled. So if you're one of the 68 who will get this notified in your Toyota app or get the letter, and if you saw this video, leave in the comments below, because you're one of the 68 lucky ones who have to bring this back for a recall. Same issue, the two constraints, the head restraints, the 60% portion of the rear seats need to be replaced. All right, so what do you think? Is Toyota and Lexus having bad qualities, or is just software bugs? It seems to be software is a problem with Toyota and Lexus, especially in the recent years where they've been using more technology, and I'm seeing a lot more bugs. But again, bugs, as an IT profession, we're not perfect. We will always find bugs. But hopefully bugs are found earlier so that they can push updates. And I can tell you, Tesla pushes updates so frequently that they can actually push an update and you don't even know that there are bugs. But unfortunately, as a traditional and conservative OEM, Toyota hasn't opened up the software updates to these core security issues, because the concern of having hacked into your ECU and then pushing incorrect software, making your car go wild, that's a crazy thing to think about as well. It is what it is. Bring your car back and get this software updates on the transmission, on the panoramic view monitor, and this one actually needs a physical fix. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.